Hello and welcome back to LIT, Lisa's Initial Thoughts. I just want to do another quick snippet on Jonah. I would like to go through all four of the chapters of Jonah, and in chapter 1 we know that Jonah was given a charge by God to go forward to speak to the citizens of Nineveh to let them know that they would be destroyed if they did not change from their wickedness. And we know that Jonah goes completely in the opposite direction. He goes toward Joppa and he gets on the ship, and we know he's on the ship with the mariners. And as Jonah is running away, we know that God causes a great storm to come up, and we know they panic and they wake they cast lots and they fall on Jonah, and they wake him up and ask him to call on his God, and he lets them know that whatever's going on with them is his fault. And they are hesitant to throw him overboard, but when things got to the point to where they really couldn't handle it, that's when they did toss him over. And he lands in the belly of a great fish. At the time, it only reads great fish, but we know that over in Matthew, Jesus talks about it being a whale. So I just want to read now chapter 2, some stuff I have down here for chapter 2 of Jonah. And it says, let's take a look at why Jonah has such a fear over going to Nineveh. Nineveh was the capital of Assyria. Today it's located where modern-day Iraq would be. If Jonah was going on his way to Nineveh, he would be going to what we would consider Iraq today. About 500 some miles from Jerusalem. Now, back then, it would have taken months to travel. And we know he ran in the opposite direction toward Joppa, then purchased a ticket to Tarshish, which today would be Spain. Nineveh was known for its wickedness, a people who had attacked Israel. They were truly enemies of Israel and Judah. And that was just a little backdrop as I go into Jonah 2. Now in chapter 2, he is now in the belly of the fish and finds himself crying out to God from what he calls the belly of hell. So I guess he must be in a pretty wicked, that in the middle of that great fish, but must have been something else on Jonah, because Jonah said he was in the belly of hell. So he's crying out. He's crying out to God, and he's asking the Lord to have mercy on him, and he's also repenting. One thing that's going on in the middle of that belly of that great fish is that Jonah is seriously repenting for what he had done, his disobedience to God, and trying to run away from God. He fell into that into the deep, but I would just like to say that although he was in the belly of that whale, there is nowhere that is so far from God that he cannot reach you. There is no height so high or no depth so deep that God cannot hear. And knowing that as Jonah was crying out from the belly of this great fish, that God was able to hear him and answer him. So that's good news for us, that there is nowhere where God can't reach us. So that's good news. So I wanted to go, it says that in the book of Jonah, he refers to, to this large fish, but I want to read Matthew 12:40. Where it says Jesus calls it a whale. He states, "For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth." So it was a great whale, because I know there's a little song, Jonah in the belly of the whale, that the children sing, and but we don't get that till later when Jesus comes on the scene, that it was indeed a whale that he had created, because sometimes people can dispute that. And it doesn't say it's a whale. The Bible don't say nothing but a whale. Well, yeah, it does in Matthew, and God does refer to it as a whale. But what I wanted to say most importantly was that don't feel that you have done something so bad or you have gone so far from Christ that Christ will not recover you, because he sure enough did recover Jonah. And he heard Jonah's cry. And as I put up Jonah 3, because I'm going through like I said, the different chapters, this is chapter 2, that you will see that the fish did spit him out on dry land, and that he went on to do what God had called him to do. So this was just a little quick snippet on Jonah 2. The book isn't that big. It's only 4 chapters, but very powerful chapters and very strong reading when you really want to sit and dissect the book of Jonah. So I just wanted to say that. So thank you so much just for tuning in to LIT. If you like what you hear here, you can hit the subscribe button. If you want to support my ministry, you can support it by Cash App, $ Lisa Powell Music. Or you can share if you feel that someone else needs to benefit from anything that I put up. You're welcome to share. But most of all, stay safe, stay blessed, and saints of God, please stay in the fight. Thank you.